So we've just finished some notes learning about the periodic table and everything that it can tell you, well, not everything, but some of the things that it can tell you about the 118 elements on it. And I'm going to get you started on this little activity. So before we get going, let's look at what's on this chart. We have the elements names. We're going to write their symbols, their atomic number, their average atomic mass, their protons, neutrons, and electrons. And we want to note that these are for the most common isotope. So I want to help you get this top part set up so that this completing this chart will be very simple for you. This is something that you'll need to be able to do throughout this unit. Okay? All right, so the first thing we want to do is we know what the symbols are going to be, but the atomic number is going to be the identity of the atom. And remember that on our key up here, that's going to be the little number that's written above the symbol. So I'm going to put a star up above atomic number. And remember, the atomic number tells you the number of protons. So I'm going to put a star up above protons. And in a neutral atom, in our notes we said the number of protons, remember they are the positives, they're the pluses, they have to equal the minuses, the electrons. So for this activity, however many protons you have, that's going to be the same number of electrons that you have. So whatever I write for the atomic number, I'm going to get that same number for protons and that same number for electrons. Now, the average atomic mass, remember that is going to be the long decimal number. Average atomic mass is the long set of words. So average atomic mass is the long decimal number. So I'm going to make a little note up there to myself. That is the long decimal number. Okay? Now the atomic mass, see how that's shorter? Atomic mass, much shorter. That is going to be this number rounded. Okay, so we're going to take that number and we are going to round it. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. Now last we have to find this column, those old nuisance neutrons. And they are a nuisance because we have to subtract. And oftentimes with these bigger elements, that's going to require a calculator unless you're really good at doing math in your head. So to find the nuisance neutrons, we would take our atomic mass, because remember, the atomic mass is really protons plus neutrons, the mass of the atom. And we're going to take that number and we would subtract it from the protons, and that would give me the neutrons. So the atomic mass minus protons equals neutrons. So once we get this kind of all set up, the atomic number is the same as the protons and the electrons. The average atomic mass is the long decimal number. I get the atomic mass by taking that and rounding it. And then how do I get those old nuisance neutrons? Remember, a nuisance is just like a pain. It's annoying because you have to pull out that calculator. Okay, I'm going to get that by taking the atomic mass minus the protons, and that's going to give me my neutrons. So let's do one together. Our first one is lead. So lead is a weird one because lead, you would think it would have like an L for the symbol, but it has Pb. And that has to do with the Latin name for lead, which is plumbic. And that's where the words plumbing and plumber come from. So there's Pb, there's lead. And I'm going to go ahead and write the symbol, Pb, capital P, lowercase b. The atomic number for lead, right there, is number 82. Now, I'm going to go ahead, see how I have that star up there, and I'm going to put 82 right there, and I'm going to put an 82 right there. Go ahead and get those points, because the protons are the atomic number, and in a neutral atom, the protons equal the electrons. All right, next I have the average atomic mass. So for lead, it's 207.2. That's the long decimal number. So to get the atomic mass, what do? Remember, I have to round it. So this is 4 or less, let it rest. So 207. And then last, I have those old nuisance neutrons. So I have to subtract 207 minus 82. And my brain is tired, so I'm going to use this calculator. 207 minus 82, and I've got 125. Now I can go back and check 125 plus 82 should give me my atomic mass, and it does. Okay? So you try cobalt on your own. Pause the video, try it on your own, and then once you've got this line complete with cobalt, then resume the video and check your work with me. Alright, so you should have cobalt's line done, and you're going to check your work with me. So cobalt is right here on the periodic table. Remember, it was one of the few ones that were magnetic: iron, cobalt, and nickel. So cobalt is a capital C, lowercase o. Remember, it's important for us to write it just as it is. Cobalt's atomic number, right there, is number 27. So I'm going to go ahead and put 27 for protons and 27 for electrons. Now, the average atomic mass is the long decimal number. And for cobalt, that is 58.93. Okay? So I'm going to take and round that. Now 58.93, 5 or more raise the score. So that's going to round to 59. And I have to find those old nuisance neutrons. So 59 minus 27. And that's going to give me 32 for my neutrons. I want to go back and check. 32 plus 27 should give me my atomic mass of 59, and it does. Okay, pause the video, go ahead and do chlorine, and then check back with me. Alright, so for chlorine, remember it's a halogen. It's over here in group 17, so chlorine right there is a capital C, lowercase l. Its atomic number is 17, and that means it has 17 protons and 17 electrons. The average atomic mass for chlorine is 35.45. Okay, so that is going to stay at 35, and 35 minus 17 is going to be, I can do that one in my head, that's going to be 18. And when we go back and check, 18 plus 17 is going to be 35. Okay? So your job is to finish off this page. You'll check your work with your teacher when you're done. And I'll give you a little head start. The next one, number 4, europium, is down here in the lanthanide series, number 63. Let your teacher know if you have any questions.